This could be for any of the three of you, but given where the defense was last year and some of the struggles that y'all went through, how good does it feel to win a game this way, and how much of a difference has Coach Heatherman made for you guys overall this season?
I speak to us since me and him was here last year. It's amazing what Coach Heatherman has done for not only the defense, but like the program, just turning us around and the mindset he instills in us every day with ESV, being excited, swarming, and being violent. It's crazy, like a crazy fast for us to win this game in this kind of way and play from the first snap to the last. It was just sitting in the locker for like 15 minutes just talking about that. From the first snap to the last, the defense came to play, and that's just the way it's going to be, especially when you got somebody with Coach Heatherman. A coach like that, he's going to drive us every play just to come out and give our best.
Keontae, obviously to work your way back to being able to play today and playing so well, just you kind of take us through the mental work, the physical work you put in over the last 3-4 weeks to make sure you were healthy for today's game.
Yeah, I definitely would say, man, just a lot of focus on controlling what I can control. At the end of the day, being there with them and being around my brothers and them just, pushing me and telling me, just to keep going and staying focused. And then also, previously having to, go through an injury, previously in 23, and just knowing, what you can only focus on what you can focus on, which was getting better. So, I put all my attention to, trying to focus on, getting better and getting healthy. And I want to give a huge shout out to our strength and our strength staff, our treatment, our sports science. They did a lot of things, a lot of exercising going, within the restraints of, helping me get better. And I definitely feel a lot better. And I'm excited to be back with them, my guys.
Akeem and Rueben, just we'll talk about what this win means for you. You've been in this program, you've stayed. We know the outside perception, and now here you are winning a playoff game for the first time in program history.
I think it means a lot. Last year, we had the same record, but we got snubbed. And then it's not the first time I've been in this building. And last time I was in this building, I lost. So it was great to come back, get a W. The defense played lights out, man. D-line, linebackers, DBs. Shout out to young Bryce. Bryce snap. But it feels great to be able to get our first playoff win. But honestly, it's really on to the next. You can't focus too much on it. You can, be happy for about like a 24-hour rule. Tomorrow, get back in the building, fix what we messed up, and then on to the new game plan. You can't soak in this too much, or else it'll take you down.
You guys were playing a game before 100,000 people in a stadium where it's really hard to win, and in a game where there was no margin for error whatsoever. What did it feel like out there in the huddle on the field throughout that game, knowing that this was going to be a tight game down to the end?
We was just all locked in. We were prepared for it. Defense, as long as they don't score, they don't win. So as long as you do your job, all 11 do their job, do your 1/11th, you'll be all right. But in the huddle, everybody was calm. We were listening to Coach Heatherman talk whatever he had to say about whatever he wanted to do. Me and Rueben, beside JT, listening to his coaching. It's really, nerves are calm inside the huddle. We're just ready to play the next play.
I have a question each for Rueben and for Keontae. Rueben, obviously we talked to you on Wednesday about the talk that they were having last week. Just now that you had the performance that you did, just how did it feel to have that performance? And then Keontae, just to follow up on Bryce, just your thoughts on how he filled in for you over the last 3 weeks and to see him continuing to make strides since you've gotten back and he's had to rejigger his role again?
Well, first, like I said before, I don't take kindly to disrespect, man. I had my reminder on my phone, so all 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, I was on that. I was ready to play some football. Some guys was in the media saying some things they shouldn't have said, but, they did, so God bless them. They was just writing checks they can't cash.
Yeah, I feel like, the Bryce situation, I feel like it's great for a younger guy to, get some reps in that type of situation, because now you see, he shifts to more of a rotational role and it's still being able to produce. So I think it was a great, situation for, us as a team to get Bryce some reps, and you see him blossoming. And then speaking on what he does, he's just, he's the type of guy, he has to be on the field in a way, and Coach Heatherman and Coach Harris are doing a good job of finding ways to get him on, because, he's explosive and he could change the game for sure.
First for Keontae, just they counted you out. A lot of people thought you would miss the whole season. What does it mean to be able to get back here so fast? And zero's back, you know?
Yeah, I would definitely say, I seen a lot of that stuff too, and that was kind of something that fueled me, and it was I accepted the challenge of, wanting to, push the limits and see how healthy I can get myself, and yeah, I definitely was, upset with the way, some of the things went down, towards the end of the year, but at the end of the day, we got to just focus on where we're at now.
For Rueben, is it true your notebook is going to look cool this weekend? We're going to be able to see your notebook?
Oh, yeah, it was primed and ready, man. Yeah, there's some stuff in there. I just say faith for the public view. I'm just say that means forget all y'all. So you can replace it with what you want to.
Last question, then we'll go to Adam.
Question for kind of all you guys. Keem, I know you said you guys were calm through the huddle, but on that last drive, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys thinking? Like, how do you guys stay composed? They're marching down the field for really the first time in the whole game to tie the game up, potentially send it to overtime.
You got to affect the quarterback. For us, D-line wise, it's affect the quarterback. We'll talk within each other. If I like a matchup, I'll tell Rueben, let me get this side. If he likes a matchup, he'll tell me, let me get it. Or I'll talk to Mondo. Mondo, let me go inside you out here. It's all about affecting the quarterback, and I think we did a pretty good job. At the end of the game, obviously, we forced him to throw a pick.
Yeah, that and just trust on one another. Coach Heisman has every means with it. It's all about us. So that's all it is. No matter what they're doing, they might have a little success here and there, but we got down in the red zone, we buckled down, played our football, and caused a turnover.
Yeah, and I also speak on that. I would say, shout out to Carson Beck. At the end of the day, we get in that situation a lot in practice, every Wednesday. So, and he stresses us out in that situation. So we've been there before, Carson Beck has been driving in practice and gets to the red zone. So, we've been through that process of so many times. So, it's definitely a situation where it's like, all right, man, like we all said when it was time and we knew we were about to have to go out there again, it's the same just like practice, 2-minute drill, no timeouts on the defense.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Carson, you can describe the emotion when the clock hits yours.
Obviously an amazing feeling to be able to come into this environment and play against a really, really talented team with really, really good coaches. They had a really good scheme, really good players, and to be able to come in here, and come out with a win, not only a win on the road, but a playoff win on the road. It means everything to us and this team, and especially me.
Carson, with just the way the offense was going today, for that final drive, for Mark to get those big runs, for Malachi to get a little bit of redemption after fumbling the ball the drive before, can you just take us through just how that all unfolded and the emotions of when you guys finally did get into the end zone?
Yeah, it was that type of game today. It was grinded out, play against a really physical defense. We're a really physical offense, and when you're just playing smash mouth football, at the end of the day, at some point, one side is either gonna continue to push and push and push, and then it just breaks open, and then that's what we were able to do on that last drive. And then obviously Malachi's able to make the play to get it in the end zone, and then defense does their job and gets the stop and closes it out. So I thought we played really good complementary football today and just stayed the course and just played super physical.
Carson, Shannon was throwing everything at them today. I don't know if there's any offensive plays that weren't run today. How was that for you guys leading up to the game and grasping that game plan, and also the difficulty of finding ways to pass the ball down the field in those conditions today?
They honestly stayed in a too high shell for most of the game. It was a lot of quarters. And again, you have D linemen like that, you have linebackers like that, a front seven that are really talented and can create different holes and gaps and things of that sort with their scheme. It can be difficult to throw the ball down the field. I think we had like one or two one-on-one shots that I missed that I could have given them better balls. But at the end of the day, if they wanted to play like that, then shoot, we're going to hand the ball off. Mark Fletcher has an unbelievable game. We have an unbelievable offensive line. We're behind them. I've said that this whole entire season. They lead the way, and today they did.
Carson, one for you and I have one for James. Just first off, about Mark, getting to know him over the course of the last year, to see him have this huge game on such a big stage. What do you think it means for him, for the team? I think Shannon was saying he's like one of the hard, main guys on offense, one of the main leaders on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. From the jump, since I've been at Miami since January, he's one of the first guys that really came up to me, introduced himself, and not only that, but like one of the first guys that I really clicked with and really meshed with. So again, he's one of my best friends on the team. We constantly have conversation almost every single day, all the way from January, February, about our goals, about what we want to do with this season and this team, and to be able to see him have that much success today. It's very expected, obviously. Seeing the way that he works each and every day, day in and day out, to be able to go out there and execute the way that he did, it's expected. And again, I'm super happy for him to watch him be able to do that.
And then James, you guys on the offensive line, you've had your share of some penalties and troubles here and there throughout the year. To come in here in front of 100,000 people and not have a false start, not have any kind of mistakes, basically. How did you guys manage to accomplish that?
Yeah, well, we practice it every day. Coming up onto it, as soon as we learned we were going to play here, we knew it was a really loud environment, and they got great fans. And we practice every day, so we got speakers 15 feet behind us in practice, and honestly it's probably louder than it's going to be in the game. So we practiced it, didn't have them on accident, and we did a good job in practice and carried over to the game.
You've been in a national championship locker room. You know what it looks like, what it feels like. Talk to us about this locker room now. How does it feel to you right now? How does it look to you?
The energy is super, super high. Obviously, for our team to battle and face adversity the way that we did during that middle part of the season, where we slipped up and had a couple games that didn't go our way. The way that we responded from that just tells the whole entire story of who this team is and what this team wants. Right? We responded those last 4 games in honestly astounding fashion, and proved that we should be in the playoffs, that we should have this opportunity. And then now that we have had this opportunity, we come in on the road in one of the toughest places to play. Some would argue the toughest place to play in a road playoff game, and come out with a victory. This locker room is everything. It's a real brotherhood, it's real family. There's real connection, and you can see that in the way that everybody treats each other and the way that people are excited for other people when they make plays, right? So again, I'm super proud of this team, super proud of the way that we've worked and battled adversity and handled adversity, and excited for the opportunities that are to come.
James, I bumped into you the other day, and you said coming to Miami was one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life. Then elevator closed on you. You have a chance to elaborate. Elaborate on the decision to come to Miami and what it is.
Yeah, that period of my life where I was navigating the portal and everything was really hectic and chaotic. So, when I got here, I really didn't know what to expect. But, just the coaching staff, the players, everyone who works in, nutrition, strength staff, etc. Have all just been first class, and they're just a very high standard here, and that's something that I've loved being a part of, and that's something we're always striving to maintain. And just the people here are incredible. They've been so welcoming to me, and I couldn't be more blessed and thankful for all the people here, and being part of this team. It's been awesome, and excited we get to continue playing together.
We'll wrap up with one more.
For both you guys, I'm wondering, what was last weekend like, or I guess 2 weeks ago, when you're waiting to see whether you're in or out? What was that like? And then to get this win today after, not knowing whether you guys were going to make it in or not, what type of feelings come with that?
Me personally, just with the way that we ended the season and the resume that we had put together, I thought that we deserved to be in the playoffs and that we could compete with anybody. And I said that after, we beat Pitt, that I thought that we could compete with anybody, and we had, proved that and showed that. And, to be given that opportunity, obviously I was super anxious leading up to the selection show, and watching the selection show, I was still super anxious as it got down to 8, 9, and then obviously, put us in at 10. So, but to have this opportunity was everything for this team. We knew that we were prepared for the moment. We knew that everything that we had been through had led up to this moment and this opportunity. So to be able to come in here today and do what we did and come out with a win is everything to me, to these guys, to these coaches, to this whole entire university. And again, to have another opportunity to play and another chance to play as a team is very exciting.
Thank you, guys. Last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Mark Fletcher here.
Fletcher.
All right, guys, if you have a question for Mark, please wait for the mic, but we'll go right into it and we'll wrap up.
Lordy.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Josh.
Mark, take me through this locker room after this win.
Yes,
What was it
sir.
like inside?
It was turned. I wish you could have seen it. It was turned. You probably gonna see some, screen recorded Instagram lives, but yeah, we was turned in there.
For you to have the performance you did today on the stage like this, can you describe the emotion of that given everything that you've gone through?
Yeah, it's just a blessing. Grateful for this opportunity. Man, I definitely wasn't expecting this, but man, I'm just happy that we won.
Mark, can you just kind of walk us through that 56-yard run that kind of set up that game-winning touchdown?
Man, I just told the O-line, the wide receivers and tight ends, just put a hat on somebody, and then I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna handle the rest, and man, that's the reason it opened up like that.
And then with Malachi, when he fumbled, the first thing I thought of, maybe you thought of it too, was that high school state title game.
Yeah.
To see him come back, get that touchdown, get the redemption that he didn't get in that game, just what do you think that meant to him? What do you think it meant,
Yeah, for a second I saw his head drop down. I immediately rushed to him, and I said, man, God is putting you through some adversity right now. That's it. It's just a little adversity. You see all that time we got on that clock, man, let's go win this thing, and look at God.
Hey, Mark, your year has been very well chronicled, but your mom's outside the stadium. She drives to every game.
Yes, sir.
And she makes a sign that says Freight Train Fletcher.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you saw it or not.
No,
But,
I did. She showed.
What does that support mean to really the two of you together?
It means everything to me. That's my rock. That's my world. I love her so much, and we both been, it's been hard on us. But hey, man, she just always there, and the fact that she even drives, man, that just really showed me that, man. Yeah, this lady, she really loved me. So I just, I had that great support system, and I'm not by myself on that field.
And Mark, 2 questions. First, to follow up on that, just how do you handle the emotions, and how have you been able to handle everything the way you have over these last 13, 14 months?
I just know that every day that I wake up and I wake up breathing, it's just another opportunity to make somebody's life better. God has just blessed me to be in this position. I just want to impact anybody, any kids, anybody, grown people too, who's going through something that, man, God, your story is not over yet. Your story is not over yet. You keep on waking up, keep on breathing. You just continue to keep fighting and keep going.
And then with your guys' defense, you saw what they did today. We saw what they've done all season. What's it like to go against them in practice? And then what's it like watching them do what they do to opponents every week?
Going against them in practice is frustrating, very frustrating. It's gamers all around, second level, first level. It's just they playmakers. That's a great defense that we go against. They really get us ready for these teams that we go against.
Mark, how many times today did you think about your dad, and was there a moment at the end afterwards that you kind of felt his presence there?
Yeah, I think about him every single day, every second, honestly. Like, that's what drives me. But like I told other people before, I had to kind of like switch my mindset, how I would think about him. Like, I would think about him and I would just like get sad, even like cry before some games, you know what I'm saying? And like, I couldn't, that's not how he would want me to play this beautiful game of football. So, I had to talk with my brother, telling him, I would tell him this. And man, I just said, man, yeah, I miss my dad, but he would want me to go out there and have fun, play loose, and just have fun, and that's what I did today.
You've talked in the past about how much he just loved all the guys on this team.
Yeah.
How proud does it make you how much he continues to inspire all not just you, but everybody in that locker room?
Extremely proud. There's a lot of them boys who never probably had that father figure, but he stepped in, he was there for them, and that's what a lot of us could relate on. That's why that's why they feel for me so much, that was my actual dad. But a great person, great blessing, long live Bit Mark.
Mark, 3 years ago, you made the decision to come to Miami, after, not a good season. Just sitting here today with the playoff win, just how validating was that decision for you, just knowing how far the program's come since you decided to jump on board and be part of this?
Yes, sir. Nobody believed that we could do this, and, we never really worried about those voices anyway, but we just, very grateful, very blessed that we in this position, and we 1-0 today. We're going to celebrate this and, go 1-0 next week.
Time for a couple more for Mark. Mark, when we talked with Coach Dawson earlier, he said going into that drive, the mentality was we're rolling with you for that drive. What does it feel to have that trust to go out there and make the plays when it matters most?
Yeah, that's everything that a running back want to hear, I feel, when, they say, man, we're going to give you the ball and you do your thing. I immediately went to my old linemen, my receivers, and my tight ends. I said, hey, y'all know what to do. Get them out the way. Come on. Because I'm not, get them out the way, and I'm going to just do my thing. And that's what they did. That's why them holes opened up like that.
And what does it feel to run behind that offensive line and the trust in them to go and open up those holes?
It is the best thing in the world. Best thing in the world.
Wrap up with any staples.
when your receivers are clearing guys out the way they were today, what does that feel like? What is that when you see it out of the corner of your eye, a receiver coming down and just crushing a guy?
And man, it just turns me up. It's a team game, and I told them, man, y'all go just kill them DBs, and they'll open up the pass game for y'all. That's how it's gonna work, and that's just what we strive for. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Good. God bless y'all. Thank y'all.